Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And verily we created the skies and the earth and all that is between them in 6 days. Surah Qaf, verse 38. God subhanahu created the skies and earth in 6 days. Are these days like ours, or are they different? To find out what day they are, we need to look in the Quran. The following verse, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The angels and the Spirit ascend to him in a day the extent of which is 50,000 years. So be patient with gracious patience. They see it, the day of judgment is far away, but we see it quite near. Surah Al-Ma'arij, verses 4-7. Here we get the length of the day of resurrection, Yom al-Qiyamah, to be 50,000 years. The following verse tells us about that day, the day of resurrection. Surah Al-Anbiya, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The day when we shall roll up the sky as a record rolls up a written scroll. As we began the first creation, we shall repeat it. A promise binding upon us, indeed we shall do it. Surah the Prophets, verse 104. Here, Allah subhanahu tells us, as we began the first creation, we shall repeat it. That the first creation will be repeated in the second creation, Al-Ba'th, resurrection. As we know from verse 4, Surah 70, that the day in the later second creation is 50,000 years, which is the same like the first creation, then the day of the first creation is also 50,000 years, which makes the 6 days of creation equals to 300,000 years. Accordingly, the creation of this universe took 300,000 years. On the other hand, let's see what science tells us. When it comes to our world, our galaxy, solar system, Earth, and everything we see in our universe, it is all made up of atoms. Electrons and atomic nuclei interact and link up to form individual atoms, then simple and complex molecules, some of which have given rise to the macroscopic structures and even life. It is one of the most impressive facts about the universe that it exists in such a way to admit the complex structure we find within it today. The creation took many initial steps till the first atom was made. Let's go back to the beginning, the singularity, when the whole energy and matter of the universe were condensed and pressed in one single point, extremely hot, reaching million trillion degrees. It had tremendous energy, which transformed into matter as the universe expanded and cooled. The universe inflated within a fraction of a second, thereafter continued expanding at extremely fast speed. By the time the universe was 4 minutes old, it already done fusing all the atomic nuclei and enough free electrons to keep the universe electrically neutral, balancing out the number of protons precisely, while photons, the particles that are the quanta of light, scatter off of both the electrons and the atomic nuclei continuously. It is far too hot or energetic for anything else to form. So the universe expands, cools, and gets less dense, but it is still too hot to form neutral atoms. Every time an electron successfully binds with nucleus, it gets bombarded by other particles, including the billion or so photons that exist for every electron in the universe. The atom immediately gets blasted back apart. But something starts to change. when the universe reaches around 300,000 years of age. The background photons are becoming too cool to immediately kick electrons off their nuclei. This means that neutral atoms can begin to form. This is the start of the recombination era, which lasted almost 100,000 years, which took for all atoms to finally and stably become neutral. This is the time of the last scattering, when the universe became visible. Once the universe made stable and neutral atoms, it went ahead, and during the following billions of years, it made its first stars, where all other heavier atoms and elements were cooked deep in its cores, from which the following generations of stars and planets were born, one of which was our Sun and our Earth. The universe took 4 minutes to create all the particles, and 300,000 years for the first atoms to form. 300,000 years is also what the Quran told us how long the creation took. Allah Ta'ala said in Surah Fassalat, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, we will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves, until it become clear to them that this, the Quran, is the truth. Is it not enough that your Lord is witness on all things? Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Surah 41, verse 53. We reach the end here. Thank you for watching. Please share this video and subscribe to this channel, where you will find contemporary studies in subjects relevant to our modern times. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.